to be here coaching and just the opportunity to coach at Syracuse University. I do want to thank Coach Moore and his team for coming here. He's just an amazing football coach. His team is tough. They work their butts off. He did a really, really good job. At the end of the game, I talked to him because my son wants to coach. And I just told him I pray that me and my son could be who you and your father are. He did a real good job. He's a great man, a good husband, father. Like, he just got it all put together well, and I truly respect him, and I'm thankful that I had the opportunity of competing against him.
Question? Let's start right in the front here with Fran. Let's go right across the front.
Fran, we saw right at the end of the game the players were running some sprints afterwards. Was that something that came from you, or did they do that on their own, or how did that come about?
It was just it's a certain way that we want Syracuse football to look. And we didn't do that for 2 weeks, but we were able to get a win. So, we stayed at win, lose, or draw. That was happening if it didn't look the way it was supposed to look. So, just wanted to – I don't want to say something and then I don't do it. I don't want to be called as a liar, or, when coaches say, if this happened, it's going to go down, and then they end up not doing it. Then eventually, I don't want to be that guy. So whatever I say I'm going to do, I try to make sure that I get done because my name's on the line.
Steve Angeli certainly had his struggles before he came through at the end there. What were you telling him on the sideline as some drives weren't happening, and then eventually when it broke through?
When they do the pick, I just say, you got to have fun. Stop playing like I played in high school. Have fun. I mean, what you going to really do with a quarterback when he's not having a rough time? You gotta loosen the moment up. You got to allow him to know that he's human, that everyone makes mistakes, and just bounce back, right? I just kept pointing at him and winking at him and messing with him, telling him your time's going to come, and it did.
Fran, first and foremost, congratulations. So when you look at this victory and you look at Steve Angeli, the way that he played, the struggles that he went through, the adversity that he had, just what it says about him as a man on and off the field, the way he responded, the way he led the team in the fourth quarter as well as in overtime.
So him as a man, first off, Steve Angeli's a great kid. He comes from good parents. He comes from a good high school program. He was at Notre Dame, which is a good program, right? So he's been a winner since he's been a little kid. We had the opportunity of having him here, and it means so much that he is our leader, that he understands and knows football, and especially to come be able to compete in a rival game like that. I think all week a lot of people kind of forgot the history of Syracuse and UConn. People ask UConn, you guys should do this. It's independent. These guys won 9 games last year. They damn near beat 2 ACC football teams. They probably have arguably the best X&O football coach in college football. So it was a big game, and he came up and he played big, especially at the end to be able to do that in the fourth quarter for a quarterback. That's what you want. You want them to be at their best towards the end of the game. And he did an amazing job, and you can see all the players consistently rallying behind him. He had a third-string tackle go in, and he gave that tackle confidence, right? He gave me confidence. At one point, I'm like, God, what's going on, Coach? Keep your head up. I am. So it's I'm just happy he's our leader. I'm thankful to have him.
Christian on the end.
Fran, he was pretty good early. He took that hit and sort of struggled after the hit and the fumble, Steve Angeli, and then pulled it together late. We would have asked you this if you lost, so I'm going to ask it after a win. Did you think about Ricky at all at any point when he was struggling?
Nah. I'm married to Steve. I'm locked in on. Ain't nothing else happening to do that. I don't like to do that. I always think about Ricky. We met the other day, and I talk about Ricky. Ricky's one play away to go in. When it's Ricky's time, then I'm gonna be 100% behind Ricky. Right now, this is Steve's moment. It's Steve's team. So that's not even fair to Steve or Ricky to ask me that. But you being from here, and we're always around each other, so that's messed up to ask about that, right? I'm just thankful that we won a rival game, and Steve was able to do it, and Ricky was able to support him, and it's about to be a great community out here tonight. You should go out somewhere and see all the guys and stuff, right?
I just didn't want to be the guy who asks you that question when you lose and doesn't ask you when you win, right?
I'm loyal, man. That's why I've been, this 26 years of being with my wife, 21 married, so I just like to stick with whoever it comes with.
How impressed were you with Antoine, second game as a college player, making the knockdown and then the pass breakup in overtime?
He's a good kid. He works hard. He's smart. He's relentless, and he keeps working and he keeps pushing and he works his butt off, man. And he's ripped up. So he's legit. He's a good football player. And I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. We got a bunch of freshmen, but I'm happy he's out there doing a good job, man. It's good for him.
We'll go Christian and then right next to him for Zach.
Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thanks, man.
What improvements have you seen from Dan Villari over the past year that have allowed him to make the impact that he's had on the offense so far?
He just learned how to lead. He's not in his own way anymore. Dan could be as good as Dan wants to be. Dan could play on Sunday. Dan could do whatever he wants to do. Whatever he decides to do, he could do it because he does everything with his all. Right? He has a pure heart. He's a great kid. I love Dan Villari. I love his parents too, but I love Dan. He's my guy. He's my favorite guy. He's just a good football player. He keeps improving his catching. Every day after practice, he's doing it, taking the young guys with him. He works extremely hard. He's one of the leaders on our football team.
Fran, we saw you go for it on fourth down a couple times in the first half, and then when you could have kicked the field goal.
Say that again. You got to speak a little louder.
You went for it a couple of times in the first half on fourth down. Just what went into that aggressive mentality when you could have kicked the field goal when you were in field goal range?
Just believing in the offense, believing in those guys, believing in my quarterback, believing in the offensive coordinator, just thinking that those guys can do it.
We'll go to Steve and Matt.
Coach back here in the corner.
Steve, what's up?
Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Steve. Where Paulie at?
Yeah, I think he's upstairs with Matt Park right now. Everybody's gonna be talking about Steve Angeli and the way that this game ended and the way the offense came alive. Can you speak to the play of the defense though, because they really set the stage for the comeback, right? They kept you guys in at 17-6. They got a bunch of 3-and-outs in that second half. It really seemed like the defense from last week to this week took a step forward.
Yeah, they did a good job, Coach Robinson. We spent a lot of hours in that room this week, just a lot of work and a lot of things, and I'm really happy for Coach E and that defensive staff. I know I'm happy for the players. They went out there and done it, but I'm happy for the defensive staff and what they were able to do the second half. It was a lot of 3-and-outs. I think outside of the second, what they had 2 field goals in the second half, if I'm saying, so 6 points. He did a good job, man. I'm happy for him. Words can't even express. I'm thankful for those guys that happened.
Coach Joseph Duffy, 24/7 Sports. I was going to ask you again about the defense. It looked to be kind of bend but not break again. 400 total yards plus given up, but again, like you said, 4 of 17 on third down that UConn had. Do you view this as an improvement from last week for sure, or are you still not where you want to be?
I think you'll never be where you want to be if you coach football, right? It's almost like a father that trying to raise their kids, right? It's never where it wants to be at. But for me, I'm thankful that we got to win. Herm, can I say my favorite thing? Like we say 1 point's a butt whipping. I'm not going to say it, but 1 point's a butt whipping. We had an opportunity to win by 1 point, and I just think our players and everybody needs to celebrate that, and I'll fix the other things up tomorrow and throughout the week.
We'll go second row of the aisle. Thomas next.
Hey, Coach. Thomas Christopher, the league winners. Early in the game and even some parts in the second half, it seemed like there was some struggles stopping the pass rush of UConn. Is the center in control of those in terms of the blocking assignments, and does Steve have the ability to modify that at the line of scrimmage?
It's just a little mix-up. We got to get better at it. That's a smart question by you. I just rather not really answer that question because that could be giving up some of the stuff that we do where we're talking and things of that nature. But we have to continue to get that better. I'll work on those things. I made a couple things that messed up, so that was completely on me, a few of those sacks. But I'll get that fixed.
And then I wanted to talk about the defensive side of the ball. David Reese really stepped up in the second half of that game. He was very disruptive. Is there any chance that he kind of moves away from that hybrid role and plays primarily on the edge?
I just asked Coach E, I said, why did we get David Reese to come here? He said, to rush the passer. I was like, rush the passer, right? I mean, let the fighters fight and the sprinters sprint, right? So he did a good job.
Now he's passed to your left there, and then after that we're going to go to Devon in front of her.
Coach, Justice Ross Simmons last year dealt with a lot of setbacks, the hamstring injury early on. How would you characterize his growth leading up to today, this 2-touchdown day?
It's a daily grind. Yeah, I would characterize his growth as a daily grind with unlimited potential. Yep, that's how I would put it is.
You pass it right in front of Devon there. Thank you.
Fran, you went with Nikhil at left tackle today, and then Josh Miller got in there. What went into Nikhil starting, and then what made you put Josh in there?
The other guy's foot's hurting a little bit, and Quell works really hard, does a good job. Josh Miller's a good player. I was just confident, and I felt as though, you know what, let's build depth, right? We're a young football team. Like, only one that came back that's played last year was Spoon. So you had 10 other guys that didn't start last year. That was all guys that are coming in. Everybody's getting into different roles. So it's like the best time to do it is now. Like, let's just do it now. So we just did that. Trey Mack's foot's hurt, so we said let's give him some time to rest it, so that way when we start to hit conference and things of that nature, not saying this game wasn't important, it's extremely important, but everyone remembers November, you know, and I want to make sure we got depth when November comes.
Do you have a timetable for Travion yet? Did that happen in the game or in practice this week?
No, it's just more so practice, but I don't really have a timetable. They said I don't got to give that out till Thursday, right?
Technically, Thursday before Clemson, so yeah.
We'll see.
Go to Aiden.
Yeah, Coach, just going back to that fourth quarter, 6 minutes left, you guys are down a little bit. Did you see any, flip switch there? Was there any, specific moment where you saw the guys come together there to kind of have that rally, or was it really just Steve taking charge there?
I think it was Steve. It was prayer for me, right? It was constant prayer. You see the mustard seeds that we went with and just constantly believing in that. But then I told the guys, I said, listen, we're going to have to stop them 4 times on defense. We got to stop 4 possessions in the fourth quarter. And then on offense, we're going to have to score 3 times. And if we do that, we'll have an opportunity of winning. And I just, I said that to them, and I just tried to look them all in the eyes. And I think we all believe in each other, right? We're growing closer, right? Like, everyone looks at it, the football, and you guys came back and done that. Like, that was just a small part of love. And we got to get closer though, right? I want more. I want our team to love each other even more. Like, a lot of guys are just meeting each other. Some just got here in June. Some just got here in January. Got 58 new guys. So we just gotta. I think the more we fall in love with each other and understand each other, the better you'll see us playing for each other, right? Because if we keep going through games like that, I'm gonna age really, really fast.
Yeah, and then for you personally as a coach. I know you don't like to look at the past, but last year you guys had some experiences in overtime game against Virginia Tech and some close games like this. Having to come back, do you think that experience helped you guys today and your staff today?
I think it helps a lot. I think there's a lot of things that I was told at the end of the year from assistant AD, Herm. I got a chance to talk to Wildhack, and they told me some things that I could do to help me more so on the sideline. And I think that my sideline stuff and last year and them being able to tell me some things, I think it helped me because I was a little more calm during certain situations instead of going, because a lot of times the kids they're watching me, right? I'm the guy, so that helped me a lot.
Grab that mic, and then we're going to take 2 more for Coach. We're going to go right back to the TV platform, go with Michael and Maddie to finish.
What's up, T? My wife back there.
Hey, Coach. Last week we saw you guys kind of push towards the end. You said that you were proud of your guys for pushing. You guys came out with a loss. This week you did the same thing. You came out with a win. What does that give you guys moving forward into the rest of the season, knowing that you can push in the end and come out with a win?
I think it's the way we practice. We practice that way, and practice ends hard all the time. It's a bunch to go through, and coming out with a win is so much easier to talk to them than a loss. So I'm just hoping we keep coming out with wins. I mean, however it goes, I don't really know what an ugly win is. So I just want one more point, right? I mean, honestly, for the community, it's for the players and the families, but Syracuse community and our fans, the alumni, our students, this camp is about to have fun tonight, right? And they deserve it. And that's really what it's for. So that's why I always want to come out with those wins. And in those games, they'll remember, not just the people on our team, but all of the fans, all the students will remember this forever, right? There's so many family members that have a UConn family, somebody that go to UConn or graduated from UConn, someone that went to Syracuse, graduated from Q. So it was an early rival for us. So I was very thankful that we got to come out with the win for that.
Michael, finish off.
Hey, Coach, up here. Come up.
Mike Villegas, WBNG. Coach, I just wanted to talk about if you on the sideline, some of the fans were voicing their frustration with boos early on or calling for Ricky. Do you hear that in those moments? Do you just focus on the game and ignore that, or do you kind of take that in and try to feel that for the players?
I don't play that no attention. Because you see at the end they started yelling. So it's like, I can't, I'm not going to listen to you because you go up and down all the time, right? That's like seesaw. I hear it, and I'm thankful that they're voicing their opinion because they should. Because they paid to get into the game, and they're at the game, and they got a certain way of football that they want to see. So when they're doing that, it's like, okay, cool, I hear what you're saying, but I don't have to do what you say to do. But I definitely hear it, and I don't want the boos. I like the cheering at the end. So, I mean, that's a part of the game, right? Like, people ask me, hey, are you upset that it wasn't, like, completely sold out? Like, nah, we had to win this week to get more to come next week. Now we play Friday night, a little bit more to come, and that's my job to get them to continue to put more and more seats, fans in the seats every week. So, I mean, I'm thankful for their boos. I appreciate them. I know that they love. It's a love-hate relationship, right? They love me, I love them. Then they mad at me, and then it's just whatever. So our fans, I'm cool with them. I love them. I'm thankful for them.
And then after the loss to Tennessee, you said that this team was either confused or scared.
I didn't say that. I said when you watch film, it's hard to tell the difference in between a confused player and a scared player. So we got to make sure that we understand and know our jobs more, so when you watch the tape, it looks like that. I didn't say that way.
Either way, how did the response tonight, what did that show you?
We won, so I got to watch the tape and I'll let you know. But I will never call our players scared. In practice, I may do that to mess with them. But when you're confused and you hesitate and then he runs by you, or I'm scared to hit and he runs by me, you can't tell the difference of that on tape because you can't hear it. So that's what I meant by that. But I would never call us scared. I think we're tough guys. We just gotta become a little more detailed, which is Dart and our core values. Go with that, my man.